Yo, what's up everybody? So today we're going to be going over a healer guide for dungeons in Shadowlands. Now this is only 2 weeks into Shadowlands, but I rock with this build and I think it's really nice. This is my guide. This is what I personally use and what I think that works best and just feels great to use and just is awesome. So we're going to be talking about covenant abilities, talents, stat prioritizing, and the utility that the druid brings to the table. So first, let's go ahead and start out with covenant ability. If you choose Night Fae, which I recommend 100%, it is absolutely amazing for druids, especially for healing, in my opinion. We got Convoke the Spirits, call upon the Night Fae for an eruption of energy, channeling a rapid fury of 12 druid spells and abilities over 4 seconds. That is insane, in my opinion. That's just
so sick.
It depends on whatever form you're in. So if you're human form, it's going to cast more human abilities like Moonfire, Regrowth, Wild Growth, stuff like that. If you're in cat form, it's going to cast Shred and Furious Bite. It's going to cast more cat abilities. If you're in bear form, it's going to cast more bear abilities. It just depends on whatever you're in. Also, it depends on whether you're in close range or not. So if you're close, it's going to cast Rake and stuff like that. If you're further away, it's going to cast more Wraiths and Heals and stuff. It will cast abilities that you don't have. That is a really cool thing about it as well that I like. 2-minute cooldown, it's fantastic. You will also get Soul Shape, which is going to give you a teleport and 50% move speed, and you can use it again within about 4 seconds. This lasts 12 seconds, so you could cast it 1 to 3 times depending on how long you stay in the form. It's basically going to give you an ability to get out of bad stuff. You don't want to stand in the bad stuff. It really helps you get out, okay? Now these two are going to be your Night Fae signature abilities. They're fantastic. I love them. For being a druid healer, this is what you're gonna need. I'm just gonna talk about a little of the soul bind that we get. I'm pretty sure everyone gets this. All the healing and damage that you do has a chance to give you a stack of redirected anima. This increases your max health by 1% and your mastery by 25 for 30 seconds. You can have multiple stacks. Whenever you cast Convoke the Spirits, you will get 16 stacks of redirected anima. That's a crap ton of mastery. That's basically like 9% mastery right there. That is going to be fantastic for us. My mastery is going to be really great for druid healers. Let's go into the mastery for healers. Is going to increase your healing by a certain percentage that you have as mastery for each restoration heal over time effect on that target. So 2 rejuvenations, say your mastery is a 9%. 2 rejuvenations is going to increase both of those heals by 9% on that target. Every single hot that you have increases all your hots on that target by 9%. That's going to be fantastic. We want that so high if we can. That's going to come into play a lot because we have so many hots. Now that we talked about mastery, I want to go into talents. First level 15 talent is going to be abundance. For each rejuvenation you have active, regrowth's cost is reduced by 6%. And critical effect chance is increased by 6%. So 2 rejuvenations out there, that's gonna bump that up to 12% reduced cost on your regrowth and 12% critical hit chance. So your regrowth is just gonna be really cheap and it's most likely gonna crit. Next, we got renewal. Now this, personally, this is what I like to take. Most people take wild charge, but I really like the lifesaver of renewal. Renewal just saves my life so many times. It's just a quick press and it's instant, heals you for 30% of your max health, and it's usable in all shapeshift forms, which is just great. Like, I love that. It's a good lifesaver. You need that. Now, most people take on their level 30 talent Feral Affinity so they could do more damage, but I prefer to take Guardian Affinity, which reduces the damage that you're gonna take, allows you to have Frenzied Regeneration in bear form, gives you Thrash, Incapacitating Roar. Incapacitating Roar is a good CC. Thrash, just AoE damage, and the reduced damage is just
Fantastic.
against like everything. Like it gives you more survivability, so you don't have to worry about healing yourself as much. You can keep your team up. You know, that's the goal. You don't want anybody to die. Next, for our level 35 talent, we're gonna take Mighty Batch, which is gonna be on the utility side, which is a single target stun for 4 seconds. Now this is also usable in all shifts, so all forms. You can use this human form, bear form, cat form, whatever. 1 minute cooldown. It really helps like getting that big guy out of the group just stunned and getting your tank to take no damage for a little bit. It's
fantastic.
Next, we're going to take Cultivation. When you apply Rejuvenation to a target, that target drops below 60% health. It's going to apply a hot to them. This is a good kind of lifesaver for them. It'll put an extra hot on them, keeping them alive, increasing all your other hots. Actually,
fantastic.
In my preference for dungeons, Cultivation is a good free extra mastery hot.
Extra
Healing out there that you don't have to worry about like on cooldowns and stuff like that. It's just automatic there. It's passive. Next is going to be Spring Blossoms. With each target healed by your efflorescence, which is the AoE heal that you place on the ground, will be healed for an additional amount over 6 seconds. This is going to add another hot to your mastery, so increasing all your other hots by another percentage of your mastery. This is just going to be
fantastic.
Just stacking up all these hots. This is what we're trying to do, and it's also a passive, so we don't have to spend mana on it. It's going to make efflorescence worth the mana. It's just going to get more hots out, increase your mastery.
It's fantastic.
Right now, for our level 50 talent, we're going to choose Germination. Germination is one of my favorite talents. It is
fantastic.
What this does, it allows you to place 2 rejuvenations on the same target. So that's it, and that is it for our talents. Let's talk about stat prioritizing. My stat prioritizing is a little different than other people. In my opinion, this depends on your raise. So as a Tauren, we get a buff called Brawn. Your critical strike damage and healing is increased by 2%. I love it. It's an extra 2% on your crit strikes on a fixed number. I like to prioritize crit as a healer. Then I will go mastery and haste. Versatility, not really needed for dungeons. I wouldn't recommend going versatility. I would also choose a Tauren because we get another buff called Endurance, which increases your stamina by 72 and it scales with level. So at max level, it gives you 72 extra stamina, and that's going to increase the healing of our Ysera's gift, which heals you for 3% of your max health every 5 seconds. If you're at full health, an injured party member or raid member will be healed instead, which is nice. So the more health you have, the more that heal does. This is all stacking and coming into play. Next, let's talk about utility. Druids have a crap ton of utility. So we have an ability called Vortex, which conjures a vortex of wind for 10 seconds at the destination, reducing the move speed of all enemies within 8 yards for 50%. And the first time an enemy attempts to leave that vortex, it pulls them back to the center. Now this is also usable in all forms,
which is fantastic.
This just allows you to help your tank and help enemies stay in one spot so they can be cleaved down, so they don't run away and pull extra ads. You don't want enemies just running all over the place, attacking other players. Like, it's just a great ability. We have Mighty Bash, which we went over as a talent. It stuns a single target for 4 seconds. Next, we have Soothe. Soothe is another utility. Some people don't think of this as a utility for a druid, but I do, because it removes an enrage effect on an enemy. You know those bears in Halls of Atonement? Those things rage up and just smack your tank real hard. Just soothe one of those bears, boom, not raged anymore. Basically goes back to a normal enemy. And we also get Stampeding Roar. Shift into a bear and let loose a wild roar, increasing the move speed of all friendly players within 15 yards by 60% for 8 seconds. That's just going to help you get through areas faster. Say you have a rogue that has Shroud and you guys want to skip some trash. Boom, pop roar in the middle of the Shroud. Everyone gets through that area a lot faster and doesn't have to worry about missing out on Shroud or falling behind, and it's just really nice. If you took this Tauren race, you get War Stomp, which stuns up to 5 enemies within 8 yards for 2 seconds, and it's a 0.5 second cast, 1.5 minute cooldown. It's fantastic. It's another utility that I like for being a Tauren. It's actually
fantastic.
Some people underestimate it, and it's just amazing. AoE stun, just like built into your character. It's awesome. Now, with all of that information, I believe we have covered everything that you need to know about druid healing in dungeons. If you take all this, you should be fine. You just have to learn how to use it. Take some time, take some practice. Just throw those rejuves on, stun those enemies, soothe those enemies. Bring utility to your team. Everyone's gonna love you. It's gonna be
Fantastic.
that's everything I wanted to cover right now. I kind of wanted to do some short video just to help you guys out, let you know what I know. Hope you guys enjoy Druid Healing. Have a good night, day, have a good evening. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good day. I will catch you all in the next video.